MIC Youth Chief K. Arvin has slammed remarks made by BN chairperson Ahmad Zahid Hamidi regarding MIC's membership status in the coalition, accusing Zahid of double standards and hypocrisy. Arvin said that if Zahid's concern is truly about saying one thing by day and another by night, then the closest mirror Zahid should look into is Umno's own leadership. He pointed out Zahid's previous statements during the general election campaign, where Zahid chanted the slogan "No DAP, no Anwar," only to later play a key role in bringing Umno into a government with DAP and Anwar Ibrahim. Speaking to Malaysia Kini, he questioned if that isn't the best example of saying one thing by day, doing another by night. Meanwhile, in response to Arvin's comments, Umno Youth Chief Akmal Saleh fired back, saying that the drunk one is the one who says they want to leave but never does, even after their annual general meeting decided to leave. Akmal said the one drunk is the one who wants to join Perikatan Nasional but also wants to support the Prime Minister. Yesterday, Zahid had commented that BN had yet to receive any official letter from MIC regarding their motion to leave the coalition. He also urged BN component parties to think carefully before deciding to leave a coalition they had been part of for so long, especially given the constantly changing political landscape. He reportedly said that they shouldn't make decisions when they are drunk with power and overlook that they have been friends for over 70 years. Activist Arun Dorasamy has claimed that additional evidence contradicts the official account of the deaths of 3 men in Durian Tunggal, Malacca. In a press conference at the Lawyers for Liberty office in Petaling Jaya today, Arun revealed that he had received a handwritten letter in Tamil from a whistleblower. He added that he had also received photographs taken from the scene. According to Arun, the timestamps on the photos matched the time of an audio recording made by one of the victims' wives during the incident. He said that the Plus Highway concessionaire company had spotted a car that stalled along KM 224 and posted some messages for tow trucks to go to their assistance, with the first tow truck person arriving at 1:25 a.m. Arun stated that the whistleblower was the second tow truck driver to arrive on the scene at 2:21 a.m., but had written the letter based on the account of the first driver. The second driver, upon arriving, saw no one except for a car with the registration number CCP 7208, so he took photographs of it. Arun explained that until 3 or 4 days ago, the whistleblower did not realize that the car he photographed was the same vehicle linked to the case. The driver had taken the pictures to document the date and time, which was 2:21 a.m. on November 24th. Previously, the police's account stated that the incident occurred at 4:30 a.m. and had allegedly caused a corporal in his early 30s to suffer severe injuries to his left arm. Lawyer Rajesh Nagarajan, who was also present today, said they will submit the letter and photos as part of another police report to be lodged at the Petaling Jaya District Police Station. Perikatan Nasional MPs have told police to remain professional and not say anything that could influence public perception or undermine the Malacca police shooting case. This was in response to reports that Malacca Police Chief Zukairi Mukhtar had revealed details about a key witness in the case, which was perceived to have undermined her credibility. In a statement, PN Chief Whip Taqiyuddin Hassan stressed that professionalism, transparency, and the integrity of police procedures must be adhered to at all times and in all cases. He said public statements that deliberately reveal personal or family information, tarnish their reputation, or create prejudice against individuals linked to a case while investigations are still ongoing have the potential to create misleading impressions and premature conclusions. He added that such actions, whether intentional or not, can influence public sentiment and undermine the integrity of the investigation itself. Previously, lawyer Rajesh Nagarajan, who is representing the families of the men who had been shot dead, criticized Zukairi for disclosing details which were not relevant to the case. He said whether the woman, who had previously only identified herself as Jayashri, was legally married or had any prior record is entirely irrelevant to the killing of 3 men by police gunfire on November 24th.
From now on, you can also listen to KiniNews on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Scan the QR code on the screen to follow us.
Police have yet to find any evidence that MACC had pointed a gun at businessperson Albert Tay and his wife during their raid on the couple's residence in Puchong, Selangor last month. This is according to Selangor Police Chief Shazeli Kahar. In a press conference today, he reportedly cited police preliminary findings after investigators recorded statements from all MACC officers and personnel involved in the operation and Tay's wife, Lee Pei-ri. He said several witnesses have been called to record their statements to assist in the investigation. Earlier, during the press conference, Shazeli said the investigation was being conducted thoroughly and advised the public not to speculate in ways that could interfere with the course of the probe.
Siasatan pihak polis sehingga ke hari ini masih belum memperolehi keterangan serta bukti-bukti yang boleh mengesahkan dakwaan oleh pengadu. Pihak polis pada kesempatan ini menyuruh orang ramai agar terus memberi ruang untuk siasatan dilengkapkan kerana siasatan masih lagi aktif dan sedang berjalan dan tidak membuat sebarang spekulasi atau menyebarkan maklumat yang tidak sahih kerana ianya boleh menjejaskan proses siasatan. Tindakan sewajarnya boleh diambil terhadap mana-mana pihak yang menyebarkan berita palsu atau cuba mengganggu siasatan yang sedang dijalankan.
Youth and student groups are planning to stage an anti-corruption rally in Kuala Lumpur following the adoption of several resolutions at the Congress Anak Muda 2025. Fadil Kasim, Vice President of Liga Rakyat Democratic, stated that the rally aims to send a strong message to the Madani government led by Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim. The message is clear: the government must consistently uphold fairness and integrity when addressing corruption-related issues in the country. He said for that reason, the youth movement wishes to send a clear message: see you on the streets. This rally will mark the fourth anti-corruption demonstration organized by youth groups since Anwar's appointment in 2022. The first protest was held by Sabah students on New Year's Eve 2024 in response to Musa Aman's appointment as Sabah's governor, as well as the mining scandal. Additional rallies were held in Kuala Lumpur in January and by Sabah youths in June. Congress Anak Muda 2025, which ran from December 12 to December 14 at Kuala Lumpur and Selangor Chinese Assembly Hall, brought together youth and student movements to debate national problems and propose resolutions aimed at pushing for reforms. The Congress passed 15 resolutions on issues faced by communities nationwide, including concerns over leadership and the dignity of the people.
If you like the stories we produce, consider supporting us by subscribing to Malaysia Kini. Click the link in the description below or scan the QR code on your screen to subscribe.
PKR Youth has rejected claims that it has remained silent on corruption involving politicians. In a statement yesterday, the wing's information chief, Danish Khairuddin, dismissed such accusations as lazy and malicious. He emphasized that PKR Youth has consistently maintained that allegations of corruption should be reported to the Malaysian Anti-Corruption Commission and thoroughly investigated. Danish also referenced the case of Malacca PKR chief Shamsul Iskandar Akin, stating that the MACC must conduct an independent probe and that the courts should determine any guilt. His remarks were in response to lawyer Mahajov Singh, who had criticized both Danish and PKR Youth for their criticism of his client, businessman Albert Tay. Danish had previously condemned Tay for pleading not guilty to corruption charges, pointing out that his stance contradicted earlier statements made by Tay. In reply, Mahajov argued that Tay had every legal right to enter a plea of not guilty. Danish, however, fired back, asserting that graft is graft even if it is shrouded in tears and a vocal lawyer.